Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you. All right, hello there. Welcome to episode 74 of 15 Minutes of Genius, right around the corner from episode 100. So hopefully we'll get there. So far, I'm not tired of doing these interviews, so that's a good sign. I've come pretty far. So big plug before introducing our guest. By the way, honored to have this gentleman on our show. I've been following him on LinkedIn for a while. Influential corporate buyer for a great regional chain that's in San Diego. So before introducing him, plug for Mark Nicholas, Mark N at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. There's everything below. Also, for 15 Minutes of Genius, you can now find us on Spotify, and you can find us on Apple Podcast. And obviously YouTube and LinkedIn and all the other stuff. So, but definitely, if you don't want to look at me, then you can do it by audio, which I don't blame you for. So, rolling into our guest here, awesome to have this guy on. First time that I'm actually meeting with him, I guess face-to-face, virtually. We've done a lot of email exchanges and LinkedIn messaging. So Wade Yenny, he's the director of grocery at Jimbo's Naturally. A little blurb on him. On his LinkedIn, I printed out his LinkedIn page. He has a lyric from Tub Thumping. I can't remember the name of the band from the 90s. Wade, what's the band's name? Chumbawamba. That's it, right? Chumbawamba? Yep. So little blurb. Wade is continually learning and growing. He has experience in center store retail, including operations, marketing, weekly ad writing, item selection, category management, and purchasing for the regional chain Jimbo's Naturally in San Diego. Wade, welcome to our show.
Hey, Alex, good to be here.
Definitely, man. So you're fresh off the interview with our friend Mark Samuel over at I Want Organics. So saw your interview there. Awesome stuff. You're starting to make some trips to different podcasts. So definitely you're getting your name out there on LinkedIn. It's great to see.
Yeah, I had a great time talking to Mark. He's a great guy, and really enjoyed it.
Awesome, man. What I love most about you is that you're like, when you answer a question, to the point, simple, boom. Like, most people on the show talk too much. You're like the opposite. You're just like, you tell us exactly what we need to know, and then that's it. And you're, it's a good quality.
A man of few words, right? A man of few words.
Man of few words. Literally, what I just explained, which took me 30 seconds, you explained it in 5 seconds. So
quality, not quantity.
Exactly. All right, I need to learn that because I talk way too freaking much, man. All right, so let's get into it. Obviously, just Jimbo's great retailer. We've been in there in the past. You're bringing us back in. This is going to air by the time that we're back in your stores. So thank you for getting us back on shelf there with all of our SKUs. So tell us more about Jimbo's. Tell us about your store mission. I know you guys are very selective on products and quality and ingredients. You hold a very high standard there. But just tell us more about, just the company's ethos and how you guys are doing.
Yeah, so 4 stores, San Diego, all within probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on traffic, from downtown San Diego. Our mission, if you look at our website, it says pretty clearly, is to put a piece of organic fruit in every child's recycled lunch bag. Just really big on organic, non-GMO verification, ingredients you mentioned. If you go to our website, you're going to see our standards posted there. And just really, really selective. And from a buying perspective, sometimes to a fault, it makes my life a little bit more challenging when I'm looking at items. But at the end of the day, it's about who we are, and that's Jimbo's.
Love it. Again, under a record intro of under 30 seconds, just explaining your company and your mission. Again, continually impressed by this. So let's get into the LinkedIn thing, okay? Because you are super prevalent and on there. You're super responsive to emails. I love this style of, being a corporate buyer. A lot of times buyers are hard to get a hold of. It takes a few times to get them to respond to emails, which again, people are busy. How are you managing all this? Like, how are you fielding thousands of emails and messages and getting to everyone? Like, are you just spending 5 hours a day doing it? How are you getting all this? How are you pulling this off?
It's a challenge. I'm not going to lie to you. But I think treating each thing differently, right? The LinkedIn thing, I think initially for me, I came to Jimbo's in July of last year amidst COVID, which is a story in and of itself. And obviously we're not doing face-to-face meetings. We're not doing in-office meetings. So a lot of this was going on, not so much the podcast, but Microsoft Teams, Zoom, all those things. And I really kind of dove into LinkedIn more so than I had in the past as an avenue to put myself out there in this new position and to meet people such as yourself, because without that connection in meetings, my predecessor was already gone by the time I got here. So I really didn't have, the handoff to say, hey, wait, here's this person, here's that person. And so LinkedIn, I kind of treated as a environment to do that. And as far as emails go, I pride myself on getting back to people on emails, but truth be told, I'm not nearly as good as I'd like to be right now because of the amount, to your point, that's coming in. I try to get back to everybody as quick as I can, and it's keeping one ball in the air while I juggle. I tell people, I do virtual meetings all day on Friday, every Friday. And I tell people, try not to email me on Friday, because more than likely it's not going to get answered, if not till Monday, if at all. It just, the wormhole that we open up on Fridays with the meetings kind of translates into the following week, and then it just kind of piles from there. But doing the best I can, and I think I enjoy it. I love what I do, and this is the body of relationships, right? Meeting people, talking to people. It's how we get where we're going.
Exactly. And I think, by building that relationship, with the supplier, the vendor, your partners, it's going to be a stronger relationship, like out the gate, right? I mean, one of the big things that I know that, Gavin, when he visited you, right, and dropped off some product, he mentioned and said, hey, we can do way better in this set versus that set, getting into the plant-based smoothie set versus the coconut water set, which is where we were, a few years back before we really pivoted on our brand positioning and selling proposition. And by you listening to us, incorporating our feedback, because we have experience with other retailers and where it does best velocity-wise, implementing that to get better velocity. So it's like a win-win. So by you taking the time to listen to every vendor, which again is very time-intensive and labor-intensive, you're eventually going to get much better movement, and even better movement, and even more results in your stores. So I think it's a great quality that you have.
Well, I appreciate it. And I think, it's one of the things that if you follow me on LinkedIn, it's one of the things that I kind of say all the time. I use the words we, we're in it together, and trying to break down the walls between buyers and sales, because we're all doing the same thing. I'm selling to customers, you're selling to a buyer, but we're selling stuff, and I use that hashtag sometimes, sell more stuff. And really that's what we're trying to do. So, I didn't sit with him, but talked to Gavin in the store, and it's, where do you want to be? You tell me, and I mean, does that work every single item, every single time? No. But in this situation that we're talking about, it did. And I think that's another thing that, as I talk to people, it's that mindset that not everything should be cookie cutter. You can't have the same approach for every, you selling to every retailer, me talking to every salesperson, and it's really the circle. And I talk about that as well. It's just, you have to have a different mindset every time you go in, and treat things differently, because otherwise you're probably going to fail.
Exactly right. You want to set it up for success, for sure, in the partnership. I wanted to ask something that I haven't seen you talk about a ton in different interviews and stuff like that, and posts. The Wade outside of Jimbo's. What do you love to do in your off time on the weekends, when you're not working? Outdoorsy stuff, or what are some hobbies that you have?
Yeah, so here it's interesting. As I mentioned, I got here just about a year ago now. So I don't know California with pre-COVID. COVID is the only thing I know since I've been here. So we're really super excited. I say we, my wife and I, to get to know things here. and do things that we would normally have done. Obviously, I think if you look behind me, you see some posters of some bands that I'm a fan of. So that's one thing we're super excited to get back into is concerts, music festivals. We joke all the time. We get home and our neighbors probably look at us and say, "What's with those guys? They're never home very much." And it's true. I mean, we come home, we get up in the morning, we exercise, we come home, we shower, we go back out. We come home after work, we go out, walk along the beach. So to summarize, I'd say very outdoorsy. We like to run. We have electric bikes. We like to go up and down the coast. I'm a passionate craft beer guy. So visiting local breweries. And just music. We love music. So if there's live music somewhere, we live in Carlsbad. So if there's live music playing, probably within an hour of us, you're going to see us there.
Love it. And I see you meant there's Jack White and the Black Keys right behind you.
Yep.
So that style of music, is that like more like rock? Is it bluesy?
Yeah. We're rocker guys, guys and gals. But rock is, that's me. Alternative, but I listen to pretty much anything.
Right on, man. That's one of our bonus questions later on. A song that you can listen to an unlimited amount of times. So a little preview on that one.
Right.
Well, very, very cool, man. I mean, again, we're really, really just grateful to have the relationship with you and with Jimbo's, and again, it's a breath of fresh air. It's there's a lot of great buyers that we've worked with and partnered up with, but having someone that takes the time, answers the questions, answers emails as the best you can, on LinkedIn, presence there, it really makes a difference, especially for like these younger brands. These younger brands that just want to get into some stores. They've put in probably their entire 401k just to make their first production. And they're like, I need to get in the stores or I'm going to die. And then you're giving them that shot, right, on shelf. So really good stuff. It's good to give people that first chance. So we're going to roll into our next segment here since we're running out of time. And this is called Rapid Fire Questions. Rapid Fire Questions. Okay. As I alluded to, one of those questions you already know, so I'll get to that. So rapid fire, I think you know the drill. Ask a bunch of questions. You just answer them as quickly as you can, whatever comes to mind. So you ready?
Let's go.
All right. So speaking of musical performances maybe you've never seen live, probably would never be caught dead at one of these concerts, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Let's go NSYNC.
That was the classic reaction.
Yeah.
It's like a total gag effect response right there. All right,
Yeah.
so first thing, is there like a bucket near you, just in case? So first thing you do when you wake up?
Check the phone.
Right on. That's what I do too. Movie you can watch an unlimited amount of times.
Got to be Tommy Boy.
I love that movie.
Chris Farley, right?
The part where he's in the diner and he's like, I forget, he's like talking to the waitress. He's like, "Let me tell you why I suck in sales." And he has like the biscuit in his hand.
Exactly right. Yeah, we have a picture of the van by the river in one of our bathrooms. It's pretty classic. I love it.
Oh man, yeah. Matt Foley, right? Inspirational, motivational speaker. He
exactly
is a classic.
right.
Have you seen Have you seen the Netflix Anything for a Laugh?
Is that the one by his brother?
Yeah, his brother narrates
the documentary.
it. Yeah, so good. Yeah, he was brilliant. A lot of people kind of underestimated him. Yeah, and also really athletic too, apparently, for how big he was.
Rugby, right?
Rugby, yeah, exactly. Right in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yep.
So, song you can listen to an unlimited amount of times.
Oh, I've got to go with the Black Keys and represent Ohio and say "Thick Freakness."
Gonna listen to that on the way home.
That's good stuff.
Haven't heard it, but I'm gonna listen to it.
That's old school Black Keys.
Old school. Okay.
Yeah.
Like 80s?
Well, no. They became really popular lately, and this is like before when they were playing in small venues in Ohio. So it's an older album. It's really good.
Gotcha. And you're from Ohio, right?
Yes, exactly.
Got it. So favorite sport to watch?
Professional wrestling. Is that a sport? I say it is.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's been told.
No, I'm a big wrestling guy. So I got to throw that out there. But otherwise, I'd say the NBA.
Got it. So, like when you say professional wrestling, are you talking about Olympic or
Oh,
WWE?
no, WWE.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Stone
Yeah,
Cold, The Rock, like the
exactly.
90s. I watched every episode from 95 till 2002 when it became too meshed with like ECW and
Right,
WCW. And yeah,
right. Ric Flair's my all-time favorite, but Stone Cold's right with him.
totally, man. You look like him a
Yeah,
little bit.
right. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it.
All right. So, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or Google Meet, which one do you prefer?
I use Microsoft Teams at work because we're Windows based and it's the easiest. But if
Right.
I had my choice, I'd probably pick Google Meet.
Got it. What is your spirit animal?
I'm going with our high school mascot, a tiger.
Tiger. Love it.
Yeah.
Window seat or aisle seat on an airplane?
Well, sadly, my wife and I usually travel by ourselves, so I usually get stuck with the middle seat so she can have whichever she wants, either the aisle or the window. But if I was picking, I'd say the window.
Got it. You're taking the hit, man. It's a middle seat.
I know. Take
That's
one for the team.
It's tough. It's tough. So peanut butter or almond butter or neither?
Again, I got to represent Ohio and go with peanut butter because Smucker's is headquartered in Orville. So I'm going with Jif Crunchy.
Jif Crunchy. Love it.
Old school conventional.
Yeah, peanut butter is usually king nationally. Then you got like
Right.
the California vegans that go for almond butter, right?
I'm developing my palate in the nut butter world. So may you ask me this in a year, it might be almond butter.
Might switch you over. Cool.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Convert. Omnivore, flexitarian, vegetarian, or vegan?
Omnivore.
Cold weather or hot weather? Tricky one. You got two different weathers going on.
Ooh, well, I'll shout out Louisiana, which is where I was at before California, and we'll go with hot because it was hot and humid there, and we loved it.
Love it. LeBron James. I think I already know this one. LeBron James or MJ?
Well, see, LeBron won the championship for us in Ohio, so my heart is there. But he left us and broke our hearts to go to Miami, and then left again and go to LA. So I'm going Jordan.
There you go. See what happens, LeBron, if you're watching this. If you leave your hometown, people will turn
That's
against
right.
you.
That's right.
Yeah. Ginger or turmeric?
Ginger.
Last question. Favorite? I'm going to make this really hard for you, okay?
Okay.
Favorite food or drink if you're stuck on a deserted island and you cannot say any food or drink product that's in Jimbo's?
See, that makes my life really easy because my conventional background is going to come up. I'm going to say, is this for nourishment or is this for self pleasure?
Either or. If you're on a deserted island, whatever you want. Be both.
Let's go with. I'm going to again represent Ohio. I'm going to say a Fatheads Headhunter IPA.
Right on. You weren't kidding. You are a craft beersman for sure.
For sure.
Right on. So that is Rapid Fire Questions with Wade Yenny, Director of Grocery at Jimbo's Naturally, the man. Reach out to him on LinkedIn. If you have a product, reach out, right? LinkedIn, probably the best way to do it. And also, you said do not email you on Fridays, right?
Exactly. I would say if you're on LinkedIn, you reach out to me there. I'm probably going to steer you over to my email so you don't get lost in LinkedIn messages. But start there. That's a great place, and then we'll take it from there.
Awesome, man. Well, again, grateful to connect with you. Thank you again for opportunities with us to partner up with Jimbo's, and obviously thank you for what you're doing for helping other entrepreneurs. So really appreciate you joining us on the show, Wade.
Appreciate the time, Alex, and just look forward to seeing what we can do together now once we get you back on the shelf. And for the rest of you out there, hit me up. Let's see what we can do.
Awesome. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Thanks again, Wade. Take care, my friend.
Thank you.
Right.
You too.
So that is episode 74 of 15 Minutes of Genius. Wade Yenny, Director of Grocery at Jimbo's Naturally. So if you'd like to see these episodes or listen to these episodes, you can do YouTube for watching. If you don't want to see me, you can do it on audio. Unfortunately, my voice is still there on audio. Just a disclaimer to anyone who's listening. It's still me. So you can do it on Spotify. You can do it on Apple Podcast. And, of course, we're on LinkedIn. We post it every Tuesday and Friday, brand new episodes. Also, big plug for Mark Nicholas, Mark N. at ManhattanBeatStudios.net for all your editing desires. He's really good. If you want your own podcast, he'll set it up for you within like 4 minutes, Mark? Maybe 5 minutes, but very short amount of time. He can get you all set up, ready to go, put a hoodie on you, a cap, and you have your own podcast. There you go. It's that easy. So again, episode 74 in the books. And one last thing. Stay genius, my friends.
Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you.